Hi guys, welcome to another video. I'm glad to be here again documenting my journey as a trader. I don't know how was your week? How was your trading week? Was it good? Was it bad? Please let me know in the comment section. For me, I would say that I'm neither here or there. I'm still in the phase of doing one thing and doing another thing, which is prohibited in trading, but sometimes you just can't help it. But definitely, I'm beginning to see some patterns. Sometimes these things just sustain you through the rough times. Yeah, so but I think I'm beginning to see what I would continue doing from now henceforth. Last week I talked about something slightly different, depending on time zones. I mentioned the 2 to 5 time zone. I also mentioned 9 to 11 time zone. So these are good ideas, but I don't know if I would be able to stick to them religiously. But one thing I want to really stick to is starting my pound USD trade by 9 a.m. in the morning. That's like 1 hour after the London session opens. And that's because sometimes manipulations just happen between 7 and 9, and they lead to stop loss taking. But by 9, at least things would have balanced, and then you can start trading. So that's what's one thing I would consider, yeah, going forward with my trading. So yeah, but this week I happened to take some wins. Sounds strange, but yeah, I happened to take some wins, and I think I don't know. Most of the pairs are not really doing well, but pound USD I think has a bit of pattern if you really look deep into it. Yeah, most of the time we are just on the surface, and that's the reason why it just keeps on going wrong. But if you look deep into pound USD, I will show it in my chart. There are some patterns that you see, and it's when it has happened that you see it's not that clear. So that's why I say if you look deep, it's when it has happened that you will now see that this would have been a good trading opportunity. And I see it all the time, but I don't really see it when it's happening. But this time around, yesterday and the day before, I was able to catch two of it based on this thing I'm talking about, and I'm going to show it in when I start reviewing my chart. So that's just the summary. It's not easy being a trader, honestly. You just have to be patient. Patience is our second name. Maybe we should call ourselves after your first name, put patience there, because that's the only way you can really succeed in this game. You just have to be patient, keep on trying, keep on pushing. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible. So today I'll be showing my, before I go deep, next week next week Sunday I'll be taking my baby to church. I told you guys some weeks ago that I delivered a second child. So I'll be taking him to church, and when we come back, we're having a reception in my place. I don't know if I'll be able to do some videos of it so I can share with you, my online family. Yeah, so I just wanted to chip that in. Okay, so today I'll be showing my charts. Okay, then I also have the other thing I was doing that I was having updating on. Yeah, my sales of my ebook. So I've been I told you guys I was almost done with the landing page and the sales page. The sales page and the products. I think that's what I said last week. Yeah, so and now I'm totally done with the sales page. I'm done with the product. In fact, I've uploaded the product onto Seller. I told you guys last week is a weight loss product. I've uploaded it onto Seller, and I've even set up the email sequence. Because yeah, normally when you do this, you want to have emails to follow up with the people who have not purchased. Yeah, so I've set up my email sequence, a 5 day nurturing email sequence. So what happens with that is that if you visit the sales page and you don't want to buy, there's an option to opt into my mailbox. So when you opt into the mailbox for the next 5 days, you will receive follow-up emails. And if you do not take action after that 5 days, I move you to another version of the mailbox. Then there I can send weekly tips, So you just want to keep on being in their faces, not in an intrusive way. Like once a week you send an update, once a week you send an update. Most of the time, in the end, they end up buying or they just end up knowing you for that business or for that niche. So that's where I am at the moment. The next step it will be to hook up MetaPixel onto my account, onto my seller account, and onto my sales page. So MetaPixels helps to track people who have landed on the page and who have potentially made a as in purchased the product. So it helps us with that, and I'll be adding MetaPixels. It doesn't take much time to add. So maybe this weekend, and once that's done, I'll go on to build my ad banners because of course we're running ads on Meta. So I'll go on to build my ad banners, build my um what else again? My copies, ad copies. So once those are done, the next thing is to just start burning money. But with the huge expenses that is ahead of me, my child's dedication, I don't know if I would be ready to start burning that money this week. But at least I will make sure everything is set this week. So that the next thing to do will just be to start spending on ads and seeing how it converts. So that's all. I think that's all for my updates that is not pertaining to trading. So I'll just continue with trading. I will go into my fundednext account. At the moment, I've lost. Oh my God, I've lost a ton of accounts this last few months. So sad and painful. Yeah, but at the moment, I have just two accounts left. One funded and one in phase two challenge. And both of them are quite below 5% in drawdown, but let me quickly show it. Alright, guys, so here is my fundednext account, and you can imagine how much I had like five accounts now. Yeah, but I've lost three of them, and these two are just hanging on. 22,500 is the breach level, and you can see where this one is. Let me go into this. This is my phase two challenge. It's at 6.6%, so maybe not too bad. Then this is my funded account. This one is lower. It should be at 7. Yeah, 7.39%. So this one is really low, and my funded account. Oh my god. I wish I can just do something magical to bring this back up. Yeah, but I've like I said, I see some movements on pound USD that you only see if you look deep. And with that, let me go into my trading overview. I was able to take two trades this week that helped the account. It was absolutely at 24,848 initially, so it was almost gone. I was able to take, I think, three trades that brought me up here. So I don't know. I hope it's not going to be something like similar to this. Hope and then crash. Hope crash. Though I wish it could just keep on going up and then bringing me out of this drawdown. Because can you imagine? So I got the account. I didn't even get one day above 25,000. That's how traumatizing that is. These are some of the challenges that we have to take as traders. But it's okay. I'll be seeing how I'll be hoping. Yeah, that's the word. I'll be hoping to see if I can bring this back out of drawdown and get something out of it. But even if I don't, remove. That's just the spirit behind trading. Alright, guys. So I'll go into my trading view account now. So here is gold, and last week I told you guys I was going to be trading this period this 2 to 5 p.m. period. But last week he tried, gave me some profit. I think I showed it. But this week was just ultimate losses. I think I showed this one, yeah. Profits, 2 to 5. But on Friday, he gave me a loss, and the reason I wanted to buy this was clear. There was this push up and pull back. Let's go, but says no. So that was how I lost that. Then on Monday this week, I continued again with the same idea. And this one should look at there's a break here above this level. So this is a pullback. And this is a good place to buy from. I just don't know why does it have to stop hunting? Gold. Why do you always have to stop hunt? So it has shown a sign like it was going to continue within this 2 to 5 period, and I entered for a buy, but then stop hunted and continued the journey. Then the same thing, okay, not the same thing here, but for this one, we are on an upward trend, so it's just natural for me to want to keep on buying here. But then it did a deeper, it's even I can't even call it a stop on because it's a deeper pullback and then continues going up. Then on Wednesday, the same thing I took another loss. This is on one of my challenge accounts which I have lost now. I had three as at the beginning of last week. So that's now you see I have two. The other one I was going to test this, I lost that, so that's how that account went. And see even on Thursday, same thing, trying to buy stop loss. So the whole of this week, 2 to 5 strategy was just losses upon losses. So that's why I say I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with that strength or that motivation. Yeah. So, but going on to pound USD, which is has been my focus for this video. If I zoom out to 4 hours, you can see that I have some lines here and there, which ultimately begin to mess up this chart. But the lines they pass a message. If you see these lines, they are trend lines, but we've proven or confirmed that trend lines do not work these days. But here are trend lines I've drawn and they all match, maybe not perfectly, but to a good extent. This is a channel and it matches as well. Then I also drew these horizontal lines. So this is like me trying to see if the good old ways can still survive. And this is a channel. In fact, based off of this channel was the reason why I took this trade on Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday, and it actually was successful. See what I did here. So the market came to this channel, pushed up, breaking above here, then pulled back. And on this pullback, I entered this trade and put my stop loss below the last level. And you can see it respected the channel and it went up for a 2 hour, gave me a 2 hour win here. So that was the reason why I took this trade, just because the channel. That's why I said if you look deep, and the way to look deep is by zooming into 4 hours. If you zoom into 4 hours, you would see some kind of you just see a pattern though. The pattern is usually not 100% clear, but it's not even 70% clear, maybe just like 50% clear. But it's a pattern and it's something that you have to pay attention to. So this is me zooming out, looking deep and seeing this pattern, and based on this pattern in 4 hours, I'm able to take a trade that gives me profit. Yeah, so if I zoom back into 1 hour, you would see me here trying to match these lines as well. So it's not very 100% clear, but if you look at it, it still gives a direction. Yeah, not all the time though, but a lot of times on pound USD I've noticed it. So that was the reason why I took this trade. Then these horizontal levels too are important. So that's another thing I started taking note of. So I drew a line like this one. I drew this line now when this price was thundering upwards here. But for some reason I didn't take. I don't know why I wasn't confident. I think 15 minutes didn't give me the confidence to take this trade. Let's just go to 15 minutes. So this is the other high that I marked, and you can see we are within this channel. This is the other high I marked. There was a rejection here. So here I was expecting a rejection, but then this 15 minutes didn't give me the confidence to enter this trade. So I was just watching and just broke, turned out straight above it. Yeah, so I didn't take a trade. That's after I've won this on Friday morning. Then the next place I was watching out for was this high. So I drew a line. The other line there was for the line to go above the high. Was for the line to go above the high. Then when it goes above, if it rejects it, then I'm ready for a trade. So this one did exactly that. He rejected it. For this, I don't know. Maybe I didn't really wait for the kind of confirmation that I was really looking for here. I just felt like this was the recent high. Like if you can reject this with so much power, I don't know if you can see this. Look at this red candle. You can see how strong the is it pin bar is or hammer. So it was a strong rejection. I was like, if you can reject it with so much venom, then you should be able to, resume, just at least give me a trade to this level and I come out with 2 hour. But then it just broke above it and kept on going. So but that didn't discourage me. I had a win here already and a loss here. But then I looked at the next level, and this is how I will be trading from now on. horizontal levels and channels if I find. So after taking the first loss, I now moved my horizontal level to this high, and then I waited for price to get there. So now you know that this high is the highest level which I've just shown. Then if I zoom in to this 15 minutes, you can see that with this red candle, it takes this high. So this is like a similar to this one that happened here. I don't know if this thing is blocking you guys. Let me use my arrow. So this red candle here is similar to this red candle here. So it was a rejection of this level. This was a rejection of this level. So when this level got rejected, I waited for price um to just play around that place a bit. And when I noticed that okay, some red candles are forming, this is one, two, three red candles in the midst of like two, or maybe four red candles in the midst of like two. Then I took my trade somewhere above, somewhere here, stop loss above this rejection for a 2 hour, and you can see what happened. The market just respected and gave me my 2 hour. This was a clean 2 hour trade. So in the end, between Thursday and Friday, I won this, but I lost this. That's like 3 hour in profit, and that's what's responsible for that movement I showed you on the funded next. I went the chart going slightly up. So this will be my focus for. In fact, going forward, I just pray that God can give me the strength to focus on this. So I'll be on 15 minutes, on 4 hours. I will look for patterns like channels like this, horizontal levels that can hold. Yeah, look at this horizontal level now. When price got here, rejected it, made a small move down. That's enough for a 2 hour. So I'll be looking for horizontal levels like this on 4 hours. This is where my marker is, and this is a horizontal level. So and you can see when price got here, this is the level. I think I should even mark it since I'm explaining this. So this is a horizontal level I just marked. And you can see when price got here, you can see how strong the thunder down was. So if I was trading here, I would have taken a 2 hour win from here, or even a 3 or 4 hour. I don't know how much I would have wanted to leave that trade. So horizontal levels, channels on pound USD. I don't know what that pairs. Definitely may work there, but for this is for pound USD, and it's like it works. And even within this tough period, I still see it like something that is still working. So it's what I'm going to be doing, and that's what I did yesterday and the day before yesterday, and you can see the results. So, and one thing about this thing is that you just don't want to do it once and leave it. You want it to become a part of you, so that no matter what's going on, you can see this and identify it. The moment you see it, you know it, and you can take it. And that's one of the challenges that we always have as a trader, being able to stick to one thing and just keep on doing it. All right, guys. So I've really taken some time today to break this down. I hope you really enjoyed the video. It's not easy being a trader. I've said this like how many times today. Yeah, it's definitely not easy. But we can conquer if we just stay focused and keep on doing what we are doing. There's no business that is easy, but it's like this one is even more difficult. All right, guys. So if you enjoy my breakdown, my analysis, my everything, please like, please share, please subscribe. At the moment, I'm at 950 subscribers, I think, and now it's road to 1,000, and now I'm really heavy on it. I've not really paid attention much to it, but now I want to hit 1,000. So, guys, please go on and subscribe, please. I need to hit 1,000 subscribers. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Remember to share with your friends, like and subscribe. Bye.